Good morning and welcome to Miami. It's a stunning morning. The sky is a brilliant blue. The grass is lush and green and the palm trees reach skyward, basking in the sun. I'm so happy to be back, walking these streets once again. Miami is a true melting pot of cultures, blended with a fantastic climate. It's almost hard to believe that just 16 to 20 hours away from the Norwegian winter lies this vibrant city, a paradise that caters to all kinds of travelers. For many visitors, Miami is the gateway to an unforgettable cruise. The Port of Miami is one of the busiest cruise hubs in the world, with an estimated 7.2 million passengers passing through each year, based on 2023 and 2024 figures. Whether you are here to set sail or simply soak up the energy of the city, Miami has something for everyone. The name Miami has its roots in Native American culture, specifically the Calusa tribe. The Calusa, who inhabited the southern coastal regions of Florida, are believed to have influenced the naming of this area. The word Miami, one of only 10 recorded words from the now extinct Miami people, referred to a large lake in the region, now known as Lake Okeechobee. The Tequesta people were the primary inhabitants of Miami until the Spanish arrived in the 1500s. In 1566, Spanish explorer Pedro Menendez de Aviles and his men visited the Tequesta settlement. The Miami River, which runs through the city, derives its name from a Tequesta word believed to mean big water, referencing the vast lake they lived near. Over time, variations of the name, including Lake Miami, Lake Miami, Lake Miami, and Lake Miami, eventually led to the city's modern name. Despite the identical spelling in English, Miami, Florida has no connection to the Miami people, a completely separate Native American group from a different region of North America. I love these green lumps of grass next to Wilkie D. Ferguson Jr. U.S. Courthouse. They remind me of Pukhao Ya in Ranong, Thailand, and Chocolate Hills of Bohol in the Philippines. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Another day, another chance. Just had my Starbucks coffee and my crispy cheese sandwich. Perfect beginning to a brand new day here in Miami. Let's see what this day brings today. I hope it's going to be a good day. The Wynwood Art District is a district of Wynwood neighborhood in Miami. It's home to over 10 galleries, museums, and collections, and is known for its street art. It is one of the largest open-air street art installations in the world. I'm currently exploring Miami, and right now I have arrived at the Wynwood. It's a culturally diverse area, and I think the culture shock here is quite big. I really enjoy this area as well, as I enjoy much of Miami. I think I could even work here for a year or two, provided I have a good paying job, because it ain't cheap to live here full time. I think it doesn't matter where you live in the world right now, it's going to be expensive no matter what. That's the way the world has become. All right, let's go to the next stop. Lock and Load Miami. Machine gun experience. Wow. Walking around here in Miami, it feels familiar, like I'm home. I don't get it. Could be all the buildings, the city, the infrastructure, the shops. I've used a lot of them. And perhaps that's why. I have no idea. Well, thinking further about this, what makes this feel so much home? Of the cities in the United States I've been to in the last couple of years, Miami is the one that's definitely feeling like home the most. Secondly, it's San Francisco, and thirdly, it's Chicago. I think the reason why Miami feels so much home is because I sailed on a cruise ship out of here for about a decade, and every once a week I spent some time ashore here in Miami doing shopping and looking around. and it's those memories that's probably making me feel at home. Also on the ship, we used to have a lot of American TV, at least while we were in Miami. And I think that's why I feel familiar when watching TV in the hotel room as well. It's strange. San Francisco, I think I feel a little bit at home because I went there with a couple of cruise ships, maybe a handful number of times. And I've always loved that city. Do remember going ashore there in my earlier years and visiting the Norwegian Maritime Church, which is now the Scandinavian Maritime Church or Seamen's Church. Chicago, I never been to with a ship, so it kind of the reason why I put it at third place. But hey, Miami, you're amazing. I like you. I think I'm in love with you, Miami. Miami is a city that bursts with color, energy, and life, a stark contrast to the gray, muted tones of a winter spent in a city just below the Arctic Circle. In Miami, the sky is an endless, brilliant blue. The ocean sparkles in turquoise waves, and the streets are lined with pastel-colored Art Deco buildings. Vibrant murals cover Wynwood's walls, reflecting the city's deep cultural diversity, while neon lights illuminate South Beach's nightlife. Even nature joins in the spectacle. Lush green palm trees sway above flamingo pink sunsets, and exotic flowers bloom year-round in shades of crimson, gold, and violet. Meanwhile, winter in a northern city just below the Arctic Circle offers a world strip of colors. Snow blankets the landscape in endless whites, while the sky lingers in shades of gray. Days are short, with the sun barely cresting the horizon, casting only a dim glow over frozen streets. Trees stand bare, their skeletal branches reaching into the cold, still air. Life slows as people retreat indoors, wrapped in heavy layers, longing for warmth. Miami, in contrast, feels alive. Music, flavors, and cultures intertwining under the sun. It is a place where color thrives, even in the heart of winter. Do you see the yacht docked next to Miami Intercontinental Hotel at Chopin Plaza? That is the Seafair Miami, Miami's first mega yacht venue, an ultimate showcase for product launches, parties, galas, meetings, and more. The yacht is just about 70 meters long, about 228 feet, and features 20,000 square feet of exhibition, meeting, entertainment space. On board, they are able to host events for a group as small as 25 guests and up to as many as 600 guests. Now, it's time to jump on the bus and head out to South Beach to grab a lunchtime margarita, see some palm trees, and check out the beach. I'm also thinking about walking up and down the famous Lincoln Road. Back at Miami Beach. Beautiful, beautiful day. 23, 24 degrees Celsius and blue sky all over. Fantastic. I started this morning way before sunrise actually. Went to the pool deck to have a swim, but the temperature outside was around 12 degrees Celsius, so I was really freezing. But the pool is heated and they also have a small jacuzzi that is very warm, so I spent a couple of hours there. Met an interesting guy from Montreal, just 20 years old. Amazing. We had a lot of laughs talking about cars. He was very interested in cars. And then after that I went to the room, freshened up, cleaned up, took a shower, and I spent a good hour eating my Starbucks crispy cheese sandwich and Americano coffee under the palm trees, watching the cruise ships off in the distance. By that time the temperature was already 20 degrees, so it's really a perfect day so far. And now I'm going to Lincoln Street, have a wander around and perhaps get on a bus to see other parts of Miami. So I'm really enjoying my time here. So lively, so colorful, so positive. This is amazing. Just one short half-day trip away from ice, snow and freezing temperatures, there is this paradise called Miami. Lincoln Road, originally a mangrove forest, became Miami Beach's social hub after Carl Fisher cleared a strip here in 1912. In the 1950s, architect Maurice Lapidus redesigned it, creating a pedestrian mall in 1960. Today, it's home to shops, restaurants, cultural venues, and was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 2011. I absolutely love the vibe here. Strolling among stunning Art Deco buildings and swaying palm trees is such a unique experience. Even if I'm not planning to buy anything, it's the perfect place to soak up that unmistakable Miami atmosphere.
The dream, and you are thinking, oh, this man should give. Oh, I said, Georgia.
That was Lincoln Road in Miami. Now let's go find the bus. Safely back on board the bus, I settled into my seat, ready to soak in more of Miami's incredible charm. As we cruised along, the views were just as breathtaking. Sleek Art Deco buildings lined with palm trees, vibrant splashes of color on every corner, and that comfortably warm breeze that makes you forget time altogether. I couldn't help but let my thoughts drift for a moment. Coming from Norway, where winter days are often painted in shades of grey and white, this felt like stepping into another world.
Señora, ay señorita, yo sé que ahora estás lejos de mí.
Everything here seemed alive. Open boulevards stretching out under the sun, elegant bridges arching across the bay, and those tiny man-made islands with jaw-dropping homes nestled along the water's edge. The Miami skyline shimmered in the distance, and for a second, it honestly felt like I was in the perfect place at the perfect time.
Como yo atrapado en la oscuridad, solito en la eternidad, solito en la eternidad, oye. Trompeta.
As we headed towards the many colorful districts surrounding downtown, each one buzzing with energy and creativity, I found myself smiling. All of it, under that endless blue sky, was like a reminder to slow down and simply enjoy the ride.
Y que tu vida está llena de felicidad, porque deseo que nadie tenga que sentirse ahora mismo como yo, atrapado en la oscuridad y solito en la eternidad. Ay señora, vuélvete, ay señora, ya se fue.
After all that exploring, my brain felt happily full, like it needed a moment to catch up with everything I'd just seen and experienced. And honestly, there's no better place to let it all sink in than from the shade of a cool cabana, with a gentle breeze and a cold drink in hand and time to simply be. Back in downtown Miami, and I'm down by Biscayne Boulevard, heading to the park next to the turning basin here in Miami to see at least one cruise ship enter the turning basin and turn around. It will be the MSC Seascape. I just hope and pray that she's departing at 5 o'clock as scheduled, because the sunset is just before 6 o'clock and then it's gonna be dark. Cross my fingers that I will get to see and film and record the MSC Seascape in the turning basin at Miami. Wow, that afternoon was something special. I could honestly sit and watch cruise ships come and go all day long. It brings me right back to when I was a young boy, completely captivated by the mystery of it all. I'd wonder where those ships came from, who was on board, and what kind of adventures awaited them. Looking back now, I feel incredibly grateful to have lived that dream for so many years. Sailing across the world, meeting incredible people, sharing unforgettable moments. It shaped so much of who I am. Those were, without question, some of the best years of my life. I'll always carry those memories and the people I sailed with close to my heart. After soaking up that nostalgic moment and a little poolside rest, it was time to shift gears and head out to explore the vibrant nightlife of downtown Miami. The energy here never really slows down, and I was ready to dive back in. Very delicious. Hey, stop looking at me. Perverts. I'm eating. My last day in Miami has arrived, and I'm enjoying my last few hours by strolling around the seafront, soaking up the very moist weather today. It's been raining slightly this morning, but I still managed to get breakfast in the park. It's been a couple of interesting days. Had a great time here in Miami again, and as usual, seen a lot, done a lot, met a lot of people. A lot of interesting people, that I have to admit. Life is rich. When I travel like this, I really feel happy. I like exploring what's ahead of me, and I love meeting a lot of people. I feel it's way easier to get in touch with people when I'm out traveling. When I'm in Norway, it's really difficult to meet and chat up with people. I think this is a cultural thing. Norway experiences more than half of the year in cold, dark environments, whilst here there are 12 months a year in sunshine. Well, except from today, because it's quite gloomy. It's been raining a little. But people here are more outgoing, friendly, and I can easily see that there's a lot of Cuban culture in people. Very bubbly nature, very, very bubbly nature. The time is now around 11-ish, and it's time to go back to the hotel and pack my suitcase again and check out from the hotel, as checkout is at 12 noon. I could extend my checkout time with 2 hours until 1400 for $52 plus a reduced resort fee. So probably around $60-65 in total for 2 hours. I'm not gonna do that, so I'm going to check out at 12 and leave the luggage at the hotel. And I'm actually thinking about doing a boat cruise while I'm waiting to go to the airport at 3:30. My flight leaves Miami at 7:30, so I still have a lot of time to kill before going back to the airport and going back to Norway. Yeah. It's a little bit breezy right now. The sun is about to break through the clouds and the temperature is around 24 degrees. Pretty nice, actually. I prefer to be on a breezier place right now so I don't start sweating up. Anyway, I'm thinking about doing a boat trip to see the millionaires' houses.
Brinkle Keys, part of Brinkle, and Brinkle is known as the financial district of Miami. It's surrounded in water, have beautiful beaches, but also they're well known because they have the most largest collection of Art Deco buildings in the world. All of them constructed in the 30s. So if you have time to be tomorrow or any day, it's a good idea to head to South Beach and check them out. South Beach es conocida por las playas, porque está rodeada de mar, tiene un clima muy bonito, pero también es conocida y reconocida porque tiene la colección más grande de casas y edificios. Tracy was used for the film Bad Boys 2 with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. La mansión de mano izquierda con palmeras altas fue utilizada para producir una película Chicos Malos 2 con Will Smith y Martin Lawrence. And the next one is another one. The white mansion on the left side with Alice in front was used many times for many video clips by the artist DJ Khaled. Mansion in the island and belongs to Dr. Philip Frost. Do you remember, do you know the Frost Museum in the city? No? If you don't know what it's going to show you later tomorrow, it's the same owner. Dr. Frost is the former vice chairman of IBAC Pharmaceuticals and other pharmaceuticals. You gotta remember this. Do you remember the small blue pill? Come on, guys. The one is good for the heart and the Lord. This is one of the results. Close to the neighbor. The neighbor on the left side, the beige mansion with pool in front of the and she was purchased once by Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez when they were dating for $32 million. Que está en la Chirola. Sean Buffy Combs, mejor conocido como Puff Daddy. Es el edificio Skeleton, David y Victoria Beckham, un departamento.
So that was the boat trip. I did this boat trip about 30 years ago and it was just as I remember it. But with the boat trip done and a lot closer to pick up from hotel, there is one thing I need to do. The one thing I want to do before heading to the airport. So let's go and do it. famous lobster roll. That was the famous lobster roll sandwich, and it was really, really good and expensive. If I was a millionaire, I could probably eat that every day at lunch for a year without getting tired of it. Succulent Maine lobster. Wow, perfect end to my stay here in Miami. And now heading back to hotel to pick up my luggage, get some kind of transportation and go to the airport. Thank you, Miami. Hi there, and welcome to the very end of the video. If you made it all the way here, and honestly, that means a lot. If you are still with me, drop me a little to the end in the comments. I'd love to know who the legends are. Thank you, truly, from the bottom of my heart, for watching, for liking, for commenting, and for subscribing to my channel. Your support means more than I can say, and it keeps me inspired to keep creating. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Thank you.